storm coming across into Dwell. Some hail is about to fall in Endicott, Thomas, over there towards Wonder, in places north of Betsy Lane. And yeah, this one's racing across there. And I'm telling y'all, there's a little bit of a rotation in here. You guys see this? Little bit right here. So we've got inflow streaming into the storm. We've got some rain-cooled air trying to sneak around behind that. I don't think that this will produce a tornado, but honestly, this is not... we don't see rotating storms that often around here, so it's interesting to, to take a look at that. How are we doing down here in Middle Tennessee, Southwest, Middle Tennessee? What do you guys classify this area as right here? Southwest, Middle Tennessee? Sounds right to me. This is, unfortunate because this is the same area that was worked over so many times last night, and you're right in the crosshairs again today. So we've really got to watch these cells as they get their act together. We've got a supercell coming together here south of Lobelville, moving up towards Centerville. Just overall Middle Tennessee. Even if you're in the western part of Middle Tennessee, it's still just Middle Tennessee. Okay. But yeah, over here towards Pleasantville, we do have an increasing signature, an increasing rotational aspect to this storm. It's nothing to be too concerned about just yet, but it is something that we're watching. Same thing with this storm approaching Hohenwald. We've got a new severe thunderstorm warning in Kentucky. Tornado possible. This one's actually got a decent little rotational couplet on it there near Bakerton. Right there's your rotation between Claywell and Bakerton. Y'all watch out in Ribbon, Mantown, Elm, and Freedom. I don't think that this is producing a tornado, but you can see that the storm is ingesting a lot of warm, moist air in the south. And this air is warm and very moist. I noticed it. I felt it in the air today when I went outside. Definitely feels like storm-making air, if that makes sense. Gosh, man, if we didn't have these mountains, we'd have one heck of a shelf cloud right now. Oh, man. Yeah, that would be wild. Huge shelf cloud going down here. And this is associated with the severe thunderstorm warning right now for Pike County and Floyd County. Okay, I don't know if we've got any locals around here that are watching, but we do have a decent storm coming in, mostly up there towards Crescentburg and points north, like a northern part of Floyd County up here with Blue Lake, northern part of Pike County. We're talking about Brush, we're talking about Belvedere, we're talking about that area. It's not going to be down towards Shelby, it's not going to be down closer towards southern portions of Floyd County and Pike County. But dang, that is a mean looking storm for our neck of the woods, son. Look here, hey, for some reason over the past couple of days, the storms have been chasing me. They're following me home, y'all. Tennessee, back to you. So once again, we're watching the rotation on these. We don't have anything too concerning just yet. We don't have anything too concerning down here in Tennessee. It might take a little while for things to really get going. But really no rotation. Look at that, dude. Okay, give me just a second. I'm going to have to go out there and look at it for myself. You know I am. Give me just a second. We'll let y'all do a chat. Read the chat. All right, give me just 1 second. Literally won't take too long to snap it.
All right, Storm Whisperer, pick up from the peanut gallery. The chat's still hammering about flooding. Erie roads are already getting cut off by rising water in parts of central Utah. Everyone and their dogs seem to be in Clarksville, Tennessee again. Folks in Louisville are nervously asking if more tornadoes are on the menu for them today. Tornadoes are on the menu for them today.
Very cool. Very cool. So yeah, I really do think there's probably going to be a decent wind threat once again in northern Floyd County, southern Martin County, northwest Pike County. Okay. But yeah, there's also an incredible amount of cloud ground lightning in the little bit of time that I was out there. We saw like multiple strikes. So. Yeah, really strong storm for East Kentucky standards. Also, I really want to emphasize that we're seeing a little bit of rotation here, and because of the area where this is, this is technically a supercell. So we've got to watch this as it goes up on into Martin County, up past into Williamson eventually, Myrtle, Delbarton, all the way up here into southern, southwestern portions of West Virginia. Might actually become a player here for a potential tornado warning at some point. So yeah, and these storms farther to the west are rotating a little bit more. So we're going to keep in our cycle of going through warnings over here in Adair, Casey, and Russell counties. We're probably about to get a new severe thunderstorm warning for Engle, Nancy, Pointer, and Kingby over towards Somerset, and they'll probably keep that tornado possible tag on there, okay? And then we're going to continue to have a rotating part of the storm here east of Bakerton and northwest of Watauga. So yeah, get indoors and away from windows. But right now, no tornado warnings. We do expect, I want to be very clear, like we do expect that these are going to become more tornadic as the day goes on. But right now, we're kind of in the beginning stages of that. Hickman, Lewis, Perry, and Wayne counties in Tennessee, you guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning. We're expecting 1.5-inch hail here. We've got a really interesting looking storm coming in here, but nothing more than that right now. Update on our crazy shelf cloud here in Pike County, Kentucky. Not something you see every day over here in eastern Kentucky, y'all. Also, how are we doing in Memphis? Memphis, we're keeping an eye on your storm. Right now, this is a traditional run-of-the-mill, everyday severe thunderstorm that is crossing through the southeast side of town here. Incredible view here from the weather house. Once again, severe thunderstorm warning in effect up here for Pike, Floyd, and Martin counties. We don't have anything really popping off near Little Rock, but we do expect that to change today. And we actually have a decent little storm popping up over here near Helena and West Helena, coming up into Tunica. So we're watching that one pretty closely. This is kind of like the real hot spot today, if you can't tell. All of our storm chasers are down here. Storm chaser Brad Arnold is out there in Batesville, Mississippi. We've got a couple storm chasers in Clarksdale. We got a bunch of them in Senatobia, which was an area that was hit last night. So right now, we don't have any tornado warnings. We did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning, and guess what? It's for Somerset, just like we was talking about here. Somerset, Pulaski County, Kentucky, we're expecting 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, and they did add a tornado possible tag to that because of this right here. There is some rotation in here. It's nothing crazy, but it is something that we're watching. Back over here to our storm in Floyd, Martin, and Pike counties in Kentucky. Still watching that thing ingest a significant amount of warm, moist air inflow. A little bit of rotation here. We've got a hook. We've got an actual hook on this storm, but it's really not anywhere close to being an actual tornado producer. But still, probably some decent sized hail and some strong winds coming out of this over here as it goes towards Laura and Williamson. Get ready, y'all. All right, let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook again for today, for just in case anybody missed it. And then we'll take a look at the HRRR model, and then we'll go from there. Okay. And then I promise we'll do some questions. I'll look at the chat, or you know what? I honestly I'm probably not going to look at the chat, but y'all will look at all of the chat and make sure that I read all of your messages, because I am just human and I can't read all of the messages. There's so many good shots right now. This is, by the way, gosh, Dylan, will you take the camera that's in number 2, pull it down into monitoring, and then push it back up and see if the name changes? Okay. And is that actually in Florence, Alabama? Because I don't think it is. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so here's the SPC outlook for today. SPC outlook today: enhanced risk from about Nashville back over towards Memphis into much of Arkansas, northwest Mississippi, back into northeast Texas. This is driven by a hail threat and a tornado threat. 10% hatched risk of tornadoes today through the corridor. Pretty much that was hit hard yesterday, and we're going to add on a good chunk of southern Arkansas and a little bit of northeast Texas. Sorry. So we've got a significant amount of tornadic potential today for a pretty large group of people. So we're here covering these storms for you through the evening. I don't think today's stream will be as long as yesterday's because I just don't think it'll need to be that long. But we'll be here as long as we need to be, as you know. Let me load up the HRRR here. We'll go over the models, like how it's supposed to look. Let's zoom in. Gosh, it's going to be hard to do the region. Oh no, this works. This works. All right, we'll go check out that warning right as soon as I'm done here. All right, so right now, this is what the radar looks like about right now. Okay. Yeah, we're expecting really over the next hour or two. That's when we're expecting some of the biggest growth in these storms. So by 4 p.m., we're supposed to have a couple more supercells over here. And then those could get mature and become tornado producers. These little discrete supercells over here in southwest Tennessee especially could be tornado producers around 6 p.m. tonight. They continue to have a really nasty look to them all the way out to about 8 p.m. But honestly, things calm down a little bit, I think, after about 10 p.m. tonight. And then the threat's really going to transition over to the flash flooding threat. That's going to persist overnight. And then tomorrow looks crazy. Tomorrow looks like another big tornado day. This looks like another outbreak of significant severe weather and tornadoes over here in Oklahoma, Texas, and Arkansas. So I hope that we get a little bit of a break today. Don't get me wrong, we're going to see plenty of storms today. I would be surprised if we didn't see tornadoes today. But tomorrow looks like another big day, like a day like we had yesterday maybe. So keep that in mind. God, that rain, dude. The flooding thing is going to be crazy, and I don't know how we're going to cover that. Severe storms and tornadoes, snow, hurricanes, that's easy. Flooding, I don't know if we've really figured that out yet. I don't know how to accurately help you. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the information that we provide with our current coverage is useful, right? It's not just, it's not just there. Like, it's actually useful. I don't know how that works with flooding. We'll have to figure that out. But my gosh, y'all, this is the craziest carousel of storms I've ever seen. But anyways, yeah, the prime time for severe weather today is going to be about right now until about 8 or 9, 10 p.m. Things are going to calm down around 10 p.m. And then we'll have another break, and then a potential another tornado outbreak tomorrow between 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. or so. All right, Brad Arnold, Corey Gherkin, I'm sorry, has something. He's got a nice storm forming out here in Haines, Arkansas. Where is old Gherkin? Where is Haines, Arkansas? Hold on. This is a wild shot, though. Okay. Hold on. Guys, where's Haines, Arkansas? 248. It's just to the north and west of Marianna, Arkansas, right? Duncan, Mississippi. Oh my gosh, the location was wrong. Duncan, Mississippi. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, I'm sorry. We're having some technical issues here, but we've got them sorted out. All right, so Corey is on the storms that's forming down here in Mississippi. It was showing that he was up here, and I was like, that's not that's not right. That's not matching up with what I'm seeing on radar. What he's seeing, it matches up perfectly now, though, that I know he's watching these newly forming future supercells down here around Clarksdale. The fact that they already look like that is not a good sign. It means that we're probably watching the beginning stages of some robust supercells. Wow, dude, you can literally watch it eating there. You see that? It's literally pulling moisture out of the ground and drinking it in real time here. Whew. Nasty. If these storms mature, they will have every ingredient available to them to produce big tornadoes. The one thing that I think that we're missing today that we had yesterday is a large, like a surplus of those ingredients.
Yeah.
There's a thin band
God,
of excess tornadic ingredients, nadir juice, whatever you want to call it, available for these storms to take advantage of. But I think the storms are going to very quickly, they're going to potentially produce tornadoes, and then they're going to run out of juice real quick. So rather having recurring supercells all through the night and then, that continuously have the ability to produce tornadoes, I think we're going to have a smaller window where tornadoes are possible here. But the supercells and the rain and stuff's going to continue all night. Yeah, this one's. I mean, we're literally watching this form right in front of us. Like we've got a wall cloud now. In the past 3 minutes, this has become a very concerning storm, and from nothing to very concerning. And once again, that's on one of those little cells that has no warning or anything on it down there around Clarksdale, Mississippi. That's going to be moving up, unfortunately, in the direction of Hernando,
guys, this storm
and
is
places
going
that were hit
the
last
wrong
night.
way in a hurry.
So we're going to keep an eye on that. We're also going to keep an eye on Tennessee, which is where we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning. Considerable. God, look at that. This thing's really blown up over the past couple scans, hasn't it? All right, this one's just chucking in the inflow too. Not a good sign. Once again, these storms are healthy today. They are taking advantage of the ingredients in the atmosphere quite efficiently. You can just see the wind really increasing in speed right here at the mouth of the storm. This is the base of the storm. You see how it's like literally carving the storm. The wind's blowing so hard up into it. That's how you get a supercell with a rotating base. The warm air literally is getting vacuumed up into it. And then obviously this big part of the storm up here is dropping a bunch of hail and a bunch of wind and a bunch of rain. All that stuff is cold and heavy. That falls, and then it gets attracted to the warm air that's getting lifted up into the storm here, and then that starts spinning around it, and then boom, we've got ourselves a rotating mesocyclone and eventually potentially a tornado. That is what's happening here in Hohenwald. Over here with these storms. So Hascam's number 5.
Yeah.
Do we have Hascam's number 5? That's what it is. So it says number 3 on yours, doesn't it?
That's not what's crazy.
Huh.
Even yesterday in the morning, we had like
Try
5-6 tornadoes.
moving it into monitoring, clearing it, moving it back into monitoring. There's got to be something there. Because I don't want to show that with the wrong name on it, Dylan. But this is a live view from Tennessee Valley Weather Hascams in Hohenwald, Tennessee. We are seeing something trying to come together here. Oh, there we go. So yeah, just keep that in mind, Dylan. I'm going to try to fix that in the software, but try to keep up with the names of these places and making sure that they're right on screen, at least for today.
Yeah, I'm gonna do on Facebook and all that. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so this is a camera that is right up there in, honestly, right in that inflow area of the storm.
Let's see her.
So once again, go ahead and put that in the number 1 slot, and then we can flip Corey back in once he gets back in a more interesting area.
I'm gonna mute the thing here. I'm gonna let everybody look at this again. This was bad.
If you know somebody issued a here,
This was,
we do have people that are immediately going to be able to confirm something for us, I believe,
as it happened.
as they go into Sladen. But all right, yeah,
you can kind of make out a wedge.
Put Sarah in 1.
There it is.
Put Sarah in 1. Sarah's text location says Holly Springs. That's wrong.
Sarah
is in Mount Pleasant right now. Okay, so
there it is, tornado emergency.
We've got a massive tornado crossing over Highway 72.
Thank you.
And there it is. That's the tornado emergency.
This tornado warning. A new tornado emergency has been issued.
Guys, the National Weather Service has issued a tornado emergency for Benton County. Okay. Benton County,
see that debris ball,
Marshall County, Mississippi, Fayette County, and Hardeman County in Tennessee. This is very likely, by far, the biggest tornado of the night so far.
That was the most
and we've seen some big tornadoes
tonight,
tonight. All right, so This is
Hold on,
a
this was
monster
Lake
of a
City,
tornado just
Arkansas,
crossing
right?
over Highway 72.
No, that was
You've heard me
actually
say this
just
earlier,
south or
but
just
this is
east of Memphis.
this is the most dangerous
Damn!
situation you've ever found yourself in if you're in
Hold
the
on,
direct path of
somebody
this
send me a
thing here.
video.
This is not a
From-
tornado that you
And
are
guess
going
what
to
the
be able
velocity
to,
was?
just
At one
sleep
point, it
through
was
or anything like that.
you
So
know
once
how
again,
the
if
max
you
V
know
ride for
somebody out
Tori
here
is 71,
that has to
right?
work
Or
tomorrow,
70.
you know they're asleep,
At
maybe
one
even if
point,
you
the
just
V
know
ride on this velocity
somebody who
signature
knows
was
somebody out there.
81.
Let's do whatever we can to try to reach these people, because I promise you,
Or is this
if this enters
The
into
debris
LaGrange,
ball. You're gonna
and it
be
stays at
stunned
the
when I
strength
say
that
this.
it is right
This
now,
made me just looking at
those
the
people
CC
don't have
made
a
me cry.
chance. Don't have a chance if
The-
they don't, if they're
the
not
debris
aware, if
ball
they're
was
not aware
over
of what's
40,000
going on
feet.
here. So we've
What?
got to make sure that we get the
Yeah,
word out
it-
there.
it
Also,
beat
we got to
Mayfield.
hope that this thing at some point
Wow.
weakens a
I'm
little
gonna
bit.
show you a
We've
few,
got a lot of ground to
videos.
cover before we get to
I got,
LaGrange.
And look, it
But
was so
even
bad I
before
actually did
then,
my
before
siren
we
there.
get to LaGrange,
Look.
we've got several structures, several
never
different
do this.
things in the path here.
A new tornado
Quite
warning has
isolated.
been issued.
But still, it's crossing over Early Grove Road right now. And it's going to continue to go up towards the Franklin Family Cemetery on its approach to the Tennessee,
So that was that.
Mississippi.
That was that tornado emergency from last night
Yeah,
at
this is
1
from
a.m.
Arkansas. This is from Arkansas. I'm about to show you what people have seen from Arkansas here.
Guys are getting ready to get
This is what
1-inch hail
happened
and 60 mile
yesterday.
per hour winds. Tornado possible tag on there. We do have a little
And
bit of
just
rotation
so
here,
y'all
but it's
know,
not
guys, this is not going to happen
producing
today.
a tornado or
Nah,
anything.
not even close.
like
Don't
that
worry, it's not
yet.
gonna happen today.
We do have a special
Yeah.
weather statement
This is what-
now in the northern part
This
of
is what
Pike
happened
County.
yesterday.
This is also
And then we have
rotating
flipping this.
an impressive amount for this part of the world,
And you know what's
but
stunning?
not enough to
And
promote a
then
tornado
look at it
warning.
in Selmer,
But as it goes over
Tennessee.
towards Williamson,
You know what's stunning
we are
there?
going to watch
That
this
shit
thing
happened
continue
on
to
a
produce
fucking
some small
boundary.
hail and gusty winds towards Delbarton,
No,
Omar,
right?
A storm
Actonville,
set
Van,
up on a
and then
fucking
eventually,
warm front
this
or a
might make it all the
boundary
way
or
over there
something,
towards
and it
Beckley.
literally just took
So,
off.
Dude,
Hey, Ryan, it's Brad. When you have a second, let me know.
just look at this thing.
all right, that's
just look at it.
Brad Arnold. Let's talk to him. Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, even people that look yeah, Lake City, Arkansas. Look at that power flashes.
Hey, I was going to let you know, I think that northern storm that Corey Gherkin is on, the one near West Helena, I believe that one would be elevated. It is north of the warm front. If you notice,
Yeah, this is
the
just
winds that are
insane.
just north of Clarksdale, Mississippi,
We're gonna
are
get
out of the
the- we're
north.
gonna get
So I
the
think
last
that
one.
one would be elevated because that is north of the warm front. So I think the main threat with that would be large hail and some damaging winds.
You want to see the photo
Where is
of
Corey?
it?
Dang, look at this damage.
Look at my Discord stream. Here's the photo of the tornado that had that tornado emergency last night.
Gotta check.
So that was Brad.
Wow.
Talking about the storm that Corey's on.
Talk about wedge.
I don't know where Brad is.
And you know the
My
damage. And you know what the damage was?
Marks,
This
Mississippi.
was the storm earlier in the day, before that one.
Okay, yeah, Mark.
This is the Lake.
Brad
That's
is a
the
little
Lake
bit
City.
farther
Arkansas.
to
No, this
the
this is earlier,
south.
right? That's the
Yeah,
early.
a little bit
that
farther
was
to
the
the
first.
east,
That was the first story.
And so yeah, he's just telling us his thoughts on that storm over there.
That was
But,
the one that was chaotic as fuck
the
as
storm that
well.
we were just looking at from Corey Gherkin.
And that's also the
is
one
something
that
we're
threw
gonna
that
continue
semi
to follow
off the
here,
road.
and we're going to
Wow.
continue to follow
Wow.
all of these storms
Jeffer-
that pop up in Mississippi.
You do not want
We
to
don't have
believe what
any
I just-
warnings in Mississippi right now, but
Oh,
as
guess
of right
what?
now,
That,
the only
that
threat with
tornado
any of these
last night
storms in
just east
Mississippi
of
is some rain,
Memphis,
some
Tennessee.
hail, maybe some winds. We're still waiting to
It
see
may or may
you know,
not
what
have,
the evolution
left
of these
only
are going to look like
slabs
as they grow
left.
upscale. We do
Yeah,
expect that
yeah.
some of them will become
Same with Arkansas.
potential tornado
These
producers
slabs.
as time goes on. So we're going to keep up with Brad there as he chases down some storms around Marks, Mississippi. And we're going to
hate
continue to
this
update
sheriff
you on all
mine's
right now. There's no
sweet-ass
severe
thing.
thunderstorm
Jerry,
warnings in
just
Texas.
look at
There's
how
no severe
bad
thunderstorm
this is.
warnings in Arkansas. The only places where we have severe thunderstorm warnings is in
Car
Kentucky
flipped over.
and Tennessee. So we're going to kind of hone in
Trees
on that
falling down. Hold on.
until things start
Any
picking
deep
up in
arcing?
Mississippi,
Yes,
which
there's a
I
little
think
bit of
that's
deep
going to
arcing.
happen here
There's a little
soon.
bit of deep arcing, but not much.
Big time, a storm coming up past Hohenwald now.
And
up
this is
towards
the this is
Williamsport.
before. After.
And that's also going to be coming up towards Columbia and Santa Fe here soon.
Come on,
Jennifer is out there. Let's see here. What does this look like?
Jefferson. Come on. Look at my screen.
Yeah,
real
so we
quick,
got
right?
a lot of storms coming up in the general direction, once again, of Nashville. We don't have anything in Nashville right now, but we've got some storms likely coming towards you in Nashville
that's
within
two
the
of them.
next
Look.
hour or so. So we're going to keep you updated on that as we get closer.
Man, hold on.
Our other storms are over here in
Yeah.
Kentucky,
And
where we do continue to have a severe thunderstorm warning for Pulaski County. Somerset, that's about to come through right now. We're about to see the big part of the storm come through Somerset at this very moment. That's going to bring about 1 inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning. Here it is. Now they've added a tornado possible tag there for Logan and Mingo counties in West Virginia. So this is the one that we just watched go by the weather house
that
here
is
on
two.
the
That
weather
looks
house
like
camera.
two.
Now
That tornado
it's-
it was
I'm
trying
telling
to.
y'all, it's
it looked
rotating.
Like,
It's really wanting to
it's
do
like
it.
that was
As it
about
crosses
to
the
form,
Big
and then
Sandy
decided
or
no, I'm not
the
gonna
Tug Fork. It's going
Wow.
across over into Delbarton, Omar, McConnell,
Wow.
and this one actually
Oh
might
my
be.
God.
You know what? This one might be our first tornado warning of the day, which is crazy. But as it goes towards Omar, we are watching out for potential tornado warning with that, as there is a tornado possible tag on this little supercell that's coming out of Kentucky and going into Williamson.
Here, just in case.
Let me see. I don't think that we can. Actually, you know what? We might be able to see the back end of that. Hold on. Give me just a second. Let's read a super chat here.
Ryan, CrewKid52, sent a $20 super chat asking about their aunt in Fayetteville. Should they give her a heads up about tomorrow's hatched risk? They also say they've been subscribed since Greenfield and love the work you and the Y'all Squad are doing.
Look at the super constructor of the severely.
Uh-oh.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Oh, I've lost my controls. I can't move the camera. Yeah,
posted,
so Fayetteville, I definitely would give them a heads up for sure. 100%.
Ryan Wadebeard sent a $19.99 super chat. Ryan, people all over the U.S. appreciate what you do. I've been watching you for 3 years now and suggest you to everyone I know. Just to let you know that you were shouted out on the Pat McAfee show today. Highly recognized.
I saw that, by the way, and that's super cool. I haven't got to watch the whole thing or anything, but I did hear about that, so that's super cool. And thank you for the support, seriously, and all the support that we've been getting over the past couple of days. It's all over the internet and stuff. Super appreciated. But just know it's not expected. Like, this is once again, this is everybody that's here doing this is what we want to do. So we should be thanking you. You know what I mean? For giving us the platform and allowing us to do this. Severe thunderstorm warning for Wayne County, Kentucky is going to last for another 9 minutes. One of the higher priority warnings that we have right now is a considerable flash flood warning over here in Adair, Allen, Greene, and Metcalfe counties in Kentucky. We got flash flooding going on up here. Unfortunately, there's more coming. There's more rain coming. And this is why we had that moderate to high risk of excessive rainfall and flash flooding today. If you're just now tuning in, we're live covering a dangerous situation. The weather intensity score is at 127, indicating significant weather ongoing. We've got 7 live storm chasers out there giving us the lowdown on the storms that are forming in Mississippi. We have multiple flash flood warnings active, including a life-threatening situation reported by emergency management in parts of south central Kentucky. And then another one including the Memphis metro area. We've got a couple of life-threatening storms trying to form out there. I'm sorry, not storms trying to form, flooding situations evolving out there. There is a tornado watch in effect right now until 10 p.m. Central for eastern Arkansas, northern Mississippi, western Middle Tennessee, and parts of Kentucky, with the potential for intense tornadoes. So I want to show you that image too. Something I haven't showed yet. Check this out. This is our tornado watch. It's a really long one. A few tornadoes likely, a couple intense tornadoes possible, scattered hail up to ping pong size possible, and winds up to 70 miles per hour likely. We got 5.3 million people under the gun for potential severe weather and tornadoes today. Memphis, by the way, that storm that was prompting the severe weather in your neck of the woods is no longer severe warned. So we're duly focused now on the Nashville storm and the storm south of Nashville. So yeah, 5.3 million people under that tornado watch. Also, okay, Nick. Thank you, Nick. Stephanie, the weather wife, has been a member for 50 months. She says, how have you been doing this for 50 months? That's crazy. The boys and I miss you so much. Stay hydrated tonight. Thank you. Everybody say shout out to the weather wife. Nice reminder there.
A new tornado warning has been
I called
issued.
it. I called
A
it.
new tornado warning
First tornado
has been
warning of the
issued.
days in West Virginia. This is just a hop, skip, and a jump away from the weather house here. We've got a tornado warning now in Logan and Mingo counties in West Virginia. Clip it. This is for Del Barton, Sarah Ann, and Omar. All right, this is Logan and Mingo counties in West Virginia. We have a tornado warning now for actually a real rotating storm here that's coming over into Del Barton right now. We ain't got our camera is the closest one to that, other than this 511. We got this thing, but it points down at the daggone ground. And in the mountains, which makes it even more hard to see anything with. But first tornado warning of the day here is going to be for Logan and Mingo counties in West Virginia. You're going to want to get indoors and away from windows. You want to get into that most interior room of your.
Really responded.
Hold on. Why does Bubbles have no power?
Fuck, I don't know. I don't think he does, but I saw it in the chat. I think. Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And Gap all the way down there to Squibb and Pittsburgh. You guys are expecting some 60 mile per hour winds. Once again, tornado possible tag on here. That's going to go on for the next 36 minutes. So get ready for some potentially damaging winds as that comes through.
Yeah.
No.
You just said that.
Somebody already put out a flipping thing of 11 seconds.
And then,
Ryan, I'm not sure if you had the first tornado warning on West Virginia being on your video card, but I certainly did not.
I actually did. And that's what I was just sitting here geeking out about it on the stream. But that went right by my house before it went tornado warn.
That's wild. It's like you've been doing this for a little bit or something. You may know what you're talking about. You may have a future in this, man.
That's Storm Chaser Brad Arnold. We're going to be talking to him a lot more today. He's out there sniffing out tornadoes. I think he's getting a whiff of something out there from what I can see on his feed. Notice how he's not in Tennessee. All right. So one of the things that we've got to keep in mind here is that while conditions are favorable for tornadoes in Tennessee today, they're probably a little bit more favorable farther to the south and west where Brad is, and especially in southwest Tennessee. The farther north and east this goes, the more disconnected it's going to become with some of the greater ingredients, I guess, that are going to be in place for potential tornadoes. So I'm not saying that like this is not going to produce a tornado or anything, but these are going to have a harder time than what they were having yesterday, if that makes sense. So we've got a decent area of rotation here coming up into Santa Fe, but no tornado threat. We've just got, honestly, a big hail threat coming into Shady Grove, Little Lot, and Fly. That's in Hickman, Lewis, and Maury counties in Tennessee. Get indoors and away from windows.
What do you do? Yeah.
Trying to get a picture of this tornado or something.
Let's see here. That's that's our highest rated warning right now. Is that considerable severe outside of the tornado warning? Obviously, we don't have anything going on in Texas right now. We don't have anything going on in Mississippi just yet, but I'll show you what all of our guys in Mississippi are going after. It's these storms that are popping up right in here, and they are popping up. So we've just got to give them time to kind of get a little bit stronger here, I guess. Tornado warning, though, continues over here in West Virginia. Del Barton, that rotating part of the storm's going right over you right now. Up next, we're talking about Sarah Ann and Omar over here in Logan and Mingo counties in West Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. I was on tail 11, then I got Amber.
That's Kentucky.
A severe thunderstorm. It sounds like that.
McAfee. Am I saying his name right?
Wasn't up till that time because I had school, so I went back to bed.
I've heard it a million times, but every time I say something on stream now, I'm so self-conscious about you guys saying I say it wrong. I've got to second guess myself.
I feel like for someone who has never experienced something like that, when you picture tornadoes, it's not nighttime. So like the fact that it was night and there was these insane winds, insane rain,
I knew
like
that.
you talk about, kind of just never knowing where it's going to touch down. Like when you can't see it, because they don't really go through cities, but I was trying to look out kind of up towards you guys, because up towards you guys were the path that they were kind of projecting.
The squares on the map.
Yeah.
And Angela Buckman, WTHR last night, and her tag team partner, I forget his name, I apologize, handsome fella. They were on it. Also, Ryan Hall, y'all, this YouTuber, I was on with him after our storms passed. Have a smart TV, turn on smart TV, was heading over. I think Hulu was out or something. I forget why I couldn't log into my Hulu. I think I had too many
devices
because my internet changed, so I couldn't log in. So I went over to YouTube or whatever, and Ryan Hall, y'all, was right on the homepage. It was like 253,000 concurrents, and I clicked on it. This is a sophisticated operation here. I mean, sophisticated.
Did you hear that? Sophisticated operation, son.
Sophisticated. Little tag team partner that drops in there in the lower right corner. He's giving updates on updates on updates. Ryan Hall, y'all, at one point, I only got to see a little bit of it. I think he said, we've been streaming for, and he looks at the clock and he goes, 10 hours. But you see him do this, and like a new warning comes across the top of the screen. Like his setup was insane. He was covering Kentucky, Arkansas, Indianapolis, Indiana, and it's oddly fascinating to watch it all happen. But the reason why it's so fascinating is because you have no idea what it's going to do. And like on the meteorology on the map there, Doppler, there's like a little hook in the red or the purple, and they're like, That's a tornado right there, and it like looks quiet, obviously. And they're like, then they start drawing out trajections of this thing, and it's like a wide net, and you're just hoping your town isn't in the net. And then as it starts moving, that thing gets kind of smaller. And you're right, yeah. Basically everywhere where we live.
Thanks for sending me this. This is awesome. I'm gonna stop it. So we don't just watch ESPN here on the stream. But that's awesome. Thanks for sending me that. And I just that's all I've seen on my Twitter feed for the past 5 hours now. So that's awesome. A super huge shout out, and it's been all over the place too. So apparently we were able to help a lot of people the last night and the other day. So thank you. It's all because of you guys. You know what I mean? Like if we were just doing this on YouTube, solely relying on our own ability to promote it, nobody would ever know about it. So thank you all for sharing us and getting us out there and making sure that we can get that information out in front of people. Hey, Tyler, thank you for the 10 gifted. I appreciate it.
How many did you get?
That's awesome.
Oh.
Super cool.
Well,
one of them was me.
We have one tornado warning right now. We have several severe thunderstorm warnings.
Doesn't those?
And we're just waiting on the the supercells to get going here. Otherwise, we're just going to continue to relay general updates on the situation here about this tornado warning and about all the severe thunderstorm warnings that come out. And we're going to sit here and we're going to hope that the supercells don't get going. But yeah, Tyler, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. And then there is an update. Kinsey, I probably need it linked again because I've looked for it now 5 times and I can't find it. What is this?
No way to be 100 next to them. Try to learn from their mistakes. We also tried that. Mistakes.
It's not opening for me. Oh, okay. I see. Update on yesterday. First of all, yesterday there were 720 something warnings issued, right? And that's the second most since 2011, the big 2011 outbreak. And it's also the third highest active severe weather day in the past 35 years. And now we've already got preliminary ratings on our Selmer, Tennessee tornado. Estimated peak wind 160 miles per hour. Estimated peak wind on the Lake City, Arkansas tornado 150 miles per hour. That's preliminary. So the thing about the EF rating too is. So that could change. Like they could, study the damage a little bit more. Invite engineers in to kind of estimate some, do more calculations about the estimated wind speeds, and they could adjust that. But the thing is, we all watched Brandon Kopic's video. That was definitely an EF4, but probably an EF5. You know what I mean? But if a tornado doesn't hit something,
that rotation is pretty too fast.
They can't rate it. So let's say the strongest tornado on Earth happens, right? And the winds are 600 miles per hour, but it only hits a tree, right? Or it hits a mobile home. Whenever 600 mile per hour winds hit a mobile home versus 150 mile per hour winds hitting a mobile home, the mobile home looks about the same. The mobile home is going to be destroyed. You know what I mean? So they have no way of estimating the wind speed unless the tornado hits a government building or a school or something very well built, something that is built to a certain code, and they know for a fact that it can handle 600 mile per hour winds, and it broke apart. You know what I'm saying? So the only way really that you can get an EF5 is if a city, a major population center is hit with a lot of really nice buildings. If that doesn't happen, then it literally can't be an EF5. So I don't know if there's a better way of going about that. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that like if we're talking about the actual wind speeds in the tornado, I would say that like that was, both of those were definitely stronger than EF3.
We're gonna go ahead and just get up.
Yeah, so if 600 mile per hour winds were to go through and hit a bunch of trees, all we can do is go look at that and be like, well, the trees are gone, you know? And, well, you know, technically 168 mile per hour winds would also get rid of trees. So that's the best we can do. That was probably 168 mile per hour winds. You know what I mean? The best way to do it probably would just to have a better radar network and base it off of the wind speeds detected through velocity. But who knows if we'll ever have the budget to do something like that.
There's 62 people.
With our, you know,
62,000. Almost 63,000 people watching. Okay. Quite a bit.
The way everything is going. So maybe that's something that we should work on. Maybe we should hook Brad Arnold up with a wind speed detector or something. I don't know. And Thompson stations. Yeah, we'll do a new scale, the y'all scale. That was an E y'all. That was an E y'all 5. All right. That was a y'all force 5 right there. Category y'all.
It's funny.
Our rotation is decoupling a little bit on our tornado warning over here at Logan and Mingo counties. You're still under a tornado warning for the next 5 minutes. Then we're going to have that severe thunderstorm warning continuing for 5 minutes after that towards Man and Acquaville. So y'all stay in your safe spots over there for the next 5 minutes. We got, you know what? This is crazy. This is kind of crazy, isn't it? Like, I don't know. You know, it's been so long since we've done a live stream and we haven't had like, you know, crazy activity. It almost feels like we're missing something here. We're leaving something out, but no, we've adequately covered all of the warnings here. There's just literally only 4. There's only 4. So the biggest one, the one that's probably the most important right now, is the one coming up towards Fly and Bethel. We've got a hail core coming up there, bringing about 2-inch hail. So that's probably our most dangerous storm right now out of all of these. And we do expect that they are going to continue to, you know, pop up and, you know, do their thing as time goes on. So we're not saying that, you know, we're not saying to let your guard down, but, you know, right now things are relatively quiet. Another pretty strong storm just moved out of Somerset and is now working into Sand Gap and Livingston. We're covering this dangerous situation today with an enhanced risk of severe weather from northeast Texas into middle Tennessee. We've got a tornado watch in effect till 10 p.m. For a good portion of eastern Arkansas. Northern Mississippi. And middle Tennessee and parts of Kentucky. We've got multiple severe thunderstorm warnings in effect right now. One of them's got golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds up there in Tennessee. Another one's got quarter size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds over here in Kentucky. We just got a new one in Tennessee. This one gets us a little bit closer to Nashville. You seeing this? Quarter size hail expected now in Boston, up to Franklin, Brentwood Point up towards Brentwood. I think that that's going to be moving right up towards you there. Dylan, let's get a bunch of these SmartWay cameras in your monitoring tab here. I'll suggest one, and you can kind of just go from there, and then watch these as the storm gets closer. This is going to be a nasty one coming over Interstate 65. We're here in Spring Hill. Cheryl, I saw that. I actually saw a chat. Yeah, Spring Hill, it's coming for you over there. The biggest part of the hail core is probably going to go to your north. But to be honest, the rotating part of the storm, if this was for whatever reason going to try to produce a tornado today, that part of the storm is actually going to go closer to Spring Hill. But it's not. It's not necessarily close right now. We've got a ton of inflow going into this thing, though. I would say that this is going to be a pretty insane storm for you guys in Boston, Traceview, and Franklin, though. So you seriously get indoors, away from windows. This is going to be a loud one, potentially a damaging one, once again, with the hail. All of this is happening south of Clarksville right now. We don't really have anything to talk about in Clarksville right now other than the flash flood warning that's in effect, and some more rain is going to be moving up into Clarksville later tonight, which could be bad, obviously, because you're already having so many problems with the flooding.